Tesla just did something no other car company on Earth has ever done. By the end of 2025, the Fremont factory floor was still packed with over 1,000 robotic arms handling welding, painting, and assembly. Then, almost overnight, half of those robots simply disappeared. Not because production slowed down, but because Tesla replaced them with a single machine. Elon Musk has been blunt about it, claiming Tesla now runs a manufacturing system unlike anything else on the planet, and the centerpiece of that claim is a next-generation casting machine years in the making. It's called the Giga Press 4.0, and it was purpose-built to manufacture Tesla's next wave of vehicles, including the upcoming CyberCab robotaxi. This machine is designed to hit the highest casting capacity Tesla has ever attempted, and it runs at a pace that feels closer to an electronics assembly line than anything you'd associate with building a car. Which raises a strange question: why would Tesla need an even bigger casting machine to build a smaller vehicle? What is Elon Musk actually planning here, and what does this give Tesla that no competitor currently has? Stick with us, because by the end of this video you'll understand the entire strategy behind it, and why this isn't just a bigger factory tool, it's the manufacturing shift quietly rewriting how cars get built. To understand where this is heading, you have to go back to the Model Y. Tesla wanted to eliminate huge numbers of welded components and replace them with a single giant aluminum casting, but the machine capable of doing that didn't exist yet. Elon Musk went searching worldwide for a manufacturer that could build it, and almost every company said it couldn't be done. Except one. An Italian machine builder called Hydra had quietly been developing an enormous high-pressure die-casting press, and the timing lined up perfectly with what Tesla needed. That machine became known as the Giga Press, and today it's responsible for producing some of the largest single structural parts found in the Model Y and the Cybertruck. The process starts by melting aluminum alloy at extremely high heat inside a furnace. Once it's fully liquid, it gets injected into a precision steel mold shaped exactly like the part being formed. Then comes the critical moment: the press slams molten aluminum into every microscopic gap of that mold using enormous force, so there are no air pockets, no weak points, nothing that could compromise the part. As soon as the mold fills, cooling begins, and this is where the entire process lives or dies. Inject too fast and trapped air creates bubbles that weaken the casting. Move too slowly and the metal starts hardening before it reaches every corner of the mold, ruining the part entirely. That's why the cooling system is engineered to hold an extremely uniform temperature the whole way through, giving every finished piece the strength and precision Tesla needs. Once it's done, robots pull the casting out, trim off the excess, and send it through quality checks before it ever reaches the main assembly line. The payoff isn't just speed. By swapping dozens of small welded pieces for one giant casting, Tesla ends up with a lighter, stiffer, structurally stronger vehicle while slashing production time, complexity, and labor all at once. And here's the thing: Giga casting isn't some secret Tesla trick anymore. GM, Hyundai, Volvo, Zeekr, and Xpeng are all racing to build their own massive casting systems, with Xpeng alone investing in a 16,000-ton machine. But while the rest of the industry scrambles to catch up to where Tesla already was, Tesla is aiming somewhere nobody else has even considered. Not 20,000 tons. Not 30,000. Elon Musk's real target is an almost unbelievable 50,000 tons. When that number first came out, the obvious questions followed immediately. How do you even build something that massive? Where does it physically fit inside a factory? How long would installation even take? And maybe the strangest question of all: how can one single press produce structural parts for 5 different vehicles worth of output? According to Musk, that's exactly the point. Once the 50,000-ton Giga Press is running, the factory doesn't just get faster, it moves at a pace no human production line ever could. Every stage, from injecting molten metal to cooling the mold to ejecting the finished casting, runs as one continuous automated sequence with essentially zero downtime. Each cycle is expected to take around 5 seconds, meaning an entire vehicle frame could be cast faster than you can read this sentence out loud. It genuinely doesn't resemble a normal car factory anymore. It behaves more like a high-speed electronics line, moving so fast that workers can't physically stand near it while it runs. Now here's what's interesting, even at this scale, the underlying process barely changes from the smaller 6,000 or 9,000 ton machines. What changes is the precision and the sheer scale behind every step. It starts with the aluminum itself. Tesla feeds a mix of fresh ingots and recycled aluminum from previous castings into a furnace running around 850 degrees Celsius. Once it's fully melted, impurities get skimmed off before the molten metal travels through heated pipes into a second sealed holding furnace, kept between roughly 750 and 850 degrees so it's always ready for the next shot. Tesla actually runs a dual furnace setup. A natural gas furnace handling the initial melt, and an electrically heated furnace holding the metal at that ideal range. Nitrogen gas fills the empty space in the holding furnace to stop the aluminum from oxidizing, and operators use argon, a rotary degasser, and a silicon carbide filter to strip out dissolved gases and any particle larger than 25 microns. Only after all of that is the aluminum considered ready. Before every single shot, a robotic arm sprays a thin coat of soybean oil across the mold, roughly 35 milliliters, essentially greasing it like a baking pan so the finished part releases cleanly. The system pulls a vacuum to remove trapped air, molten aluminum flows in from the holding furnace, and then a lubricated piston drives it into the mold cavity with tremendous force. The metal sits in the mold just long enough to solidify before the casting gets ejected at nearly 400 degrees Celsius, and even then, the process isn't finished. That glowing hot casting immediately drops into a cooling bath, plunging from around 400 degrees down to about 50. That rapid cooling doesn't just speed things up, it actually helps eliminate certain defects and improves the metal's overall mechanical strength. Meanwhile, the mold resets, cooling down to around 185 degrees before a robotic system cleans every surface for the next cycle. Thanks to how tightly synchronized all of this is, Tesla can typically start a new casting cycle just 1 to 2 minutes after the last one finishes. Any leftover excess aluminum gets trimmed and fed straight back into the melting process, and before a casting is approved, it goes through an X-ray inspection to catch any hidden internal defects. And here's the part that's easy to overlook. Locking that mold shut during injection takes an enormous amount of clamping force, and at 50,000 tons, that clamping force is on a scale no automaker has ever attempted. Musk has said hitting this level of speed isn't just about building a bigger machine, it required an entirely new manufacturing ecosystem, ultra-fast cooling, an intelligent mold release system, and AI-powered inspection verifying every casting in real time. And this is where the story becomes more than just a machine. It's a complete rethink of how a car gets built. For the first time, automotive manufacturing is starting to look like consumer electronics manufacturing, fast, automated, compact, and built to squeeze maximum output from minimum floor space. Tesla has reportedly cut the number of major structural components in the CyberCab down to around 80, compared to roughly 200 in the Model Y. That's not a minor efficiency gain. It's a fundamental redesign of how a vehicle is put together. For over a century, cars have been built from hundreds of separate welded, bolted, and riveted pieces, and every one of those joints is a potential weak point over time. Tesla is going the opposite direction, building much of the CyberCab structure as one unified casting instead of assembling it piece by piece. That gives you a stiffer, more consistent structure, fewer failure points, better ride quality, sharper handling, and more predictable crash behavior. And in a future built around self-driving vehicles, that kind of structural consistency might matter more than ever. Just when it looks like Tesla has already reinvented the factory floor, they're going after another decades-old bottleneck, the paint shop. Painting a car is expensive, energy-hungry, and slow, so instead of trying to speed it up, Tesla appears to be asking whether it's even needed at all. According to Tesla's own patents, CyberCab body panels could get their color built directly into the material during the molding process itself, skipping the traditional multi-stage paint line completely. Recent CyberCab units already look noticeably glossier than the early matte prototypes, which hints Tesla may already be moving in that direction. If that pans out, the impact is massive. Traditional paint shops eat huge amounts of factory space and energy, and cutting that step out entirely would simplify manufacturing and slash costs across the board. Tesla claims this reaction injection molding approach cuts processing time from hours down to just minutes, reduces emissions across that part of the supply chain by roughly 35%, and eliminates the volatile organic compound emissions that come with conventional painting altogether. And this ties directly into what's happening with the CyberCab right now. Over 240 gold CyberCabs have already been spotted lined up at Giga Texas in aerial footage, with that number expected to climb toward 1,000 as production ramps. Steering wheel-free units have also started showing up in California, signaling Tesla is preparing to push CyberCabs into real-world robotaxi service. This is a vehicle with no steering wheel, no pedals, no manual controls of any kind. Built entirely around Tesla's next-generation platform rather than being a stripped-down Model 3. By cutting the human driver requirement out entirely, Tesla also cuts out a massive amount of wiring, structural support, and mechanical complexity. The CyberCab reportedly weighs around 3,100 pounds, roughly 700 pounds lighter than a Model 3. Running on a smaller 48 kilowatt-hour battery, yet still delivering an estimated range near 290 to 300 miles thanks to its lightweight build and efficient drivetrain. Tesla claims efficiency of at least 6.1 miles per kilowatt-hour, which would make it nearly twice as efficient as a Model 3 or Model Y in some conditions. For a robotaxi running 12, 16, even 20-plus hours a day, that efficiency gap adds up into serious money over time. So when you put it all together, the 50,000-ton Giga Press 4.0, the elimination of hundreds of welding robots, the shrinking parts count, and a manufacturing process that might not even need a paint shop, this isn't just Tesla building a smaller, cheaper car. It's Tesla trying to prove that an entire vehicle, and the factory that builds it, can be reinvented from the ground up. Whether that 50,000-ton machine hits Tesla's exact timeline or slips a bit is honestly beside the point, the direction is clear, and it's aimed squarely at making every other automaker's factory look outdated. If you found this breakdown useful, drop a like and subscribe to Drive Tech Tesla. We cover every Gigafactory update, every CyberCab development, and every major Tesla manufacturing story as it happens. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.